Hello everybody and welcome back to Potion Craft. As always, I am Dorn. Today we're going to go ahead and buy another thing from the wizard, I believe, so we can go ahead and unlock the next thing for our alchemy station. We're also going to go ahead and try to make one of the stones here because that's one of the quests for us to go ahead and make. We need to make that stone, and to make it, I believe we need these potions to go ahead and do that. So I don't know if we just need 3 tier 1 heart potions or health potions to go ahead and make that little section of the quest, or not the quest, the little recipe here, or if we can just use a tier 3 one or 3 of the tier 1 ones. I'm not quite sure here, but we're going to go ahead and try and make that today at some point. So let's go ahead and see what our first customer of the day wants to go ahead and get. And it's going to be this merchant that I haven't seen in forever, and he's also not selling a bunch of stuff. I think this is the guy that used to have like a full-on inventory full of items, but he only has these 2 things to choose from right now. That's a bit of a bummer, but he is selling a bunch of these papers. We can buy a few of them. I don't know if we can buy all of them. We can indeed, apparently. That's only going to cost us 500 bucks. Let's haggle that price down. So we got it down to 315. Let's go ahead and take that. That's 7 more pages for our book to go ahead and save some more recipes with. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and close that. He can go about his day now. So I also went ahead and ranked up all of our potions that we had in our booklet here to a tier 3 as well. I forgot to mention that, but we went ahead and did that. So all of the things that are available right now on the map that we've made at least once, I went ahead and saved them as a tier 3 potion. We also need to go ahead and work our way toward the other ones that we discovered. So there's one over here still, and I think there was another one in this direction somewhere. I could have sworn there was 2 potions that we didn't discover yet. I guess it's just this one, because I could have sworn there was one over here. I might be thinking of the invisibility one is probably what I'm thinking of here, but we have one unknown potion to the right of us, and then I think that's about it for right now that we've kind of seen that we can go to at least. So let's go ahead and see what our first actual customer wants to go ahead and buy and see if we can go ahead and craft it. So we need an Insomnia Potion to go ahead and let them sleep. So we should be able to go ahead and whip one of those together relatively easily here. So there's that. We also have a ton of ingredients, so we shouldn't have any issues crafting things together for people. We're also going to go ahead and need another one of those potions for the next customer as well. They also suffer from insomnia, so there's another 86 gold in our pocket. We need to go ahead and give this guy a poison potion. He's dealing with a bunch of rats in his barn, which we can't make that because we don't have those little stick ones. I should have bought those from the guy that was just here. Let me go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get there with the stuff that we have. I'm pretty sure we can. We just need to go to the left. Bottom left here. We got right back to it as a tier 2, unfortunately, with the hairy bananas here. So we just threw 2 of those as a whole in there and it got us to it. So let's go. Oh no, that's the wrong button. I wanted to go ahead and turn it into the potion. Oops. Let's go back to there. There we go. And then we can go ahead and just heat it up and make that the potion here. So let's go ahead and save that so we can go ahead and give it to this guy, or finish it, not save it. The mushroom merchant got some stuff on sale that we could use. So I'm going to buy all of his witch mushrooms here. Those are going to come in handy. We're down to only 6 right now in our inventory. I don't really think we need these sulfur shells. Actually, we might need a few of those because we only have 5 of them as well. I'm not going to buy the full 40. I don't think we have enough gold for that. Or actually we do. Why is everything so much cheaper right now? I think I went ahead and upgraded a couple of our perks. So I did trading tier 5 and I think I upgraded haggling again. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like we can go ahead and just buy the full 43 from him. And we might as well if we can afford it. Let me go ahead and haggle the price down as much as we can and then maybe save some cash here. It's really not that big of an issue at the moment. But there we go. We got it down to 616 gold. I don't know what it was. I didn't pay attention before I went ahead and haggled for it. So there we go. We got it 616 anyways. We're going to need a fire potion, which I hope we can go ahead and make, which we can indeed. We can make 41 of them. That's great for us. Let's go ahead and sell that for 75 gold. This guy needs to kill a lava giant, so I guess we can give him a frost potion. Maybe that'll work for what he needs. And it is indeed for 65 gold. Cool. The next customer needs one of the great harvest things because weevils ate his entire harvest. So let's go ahead and get him one of those going and give him that for 119 gold. Great. And the last customer of the day, I believe, is going to go ahead and want the Invisibility Potion, which we already have one crafted. But if we give it to him, we're going to take a little hit in reputation and I think popularity as well. But we're going to get some gold out of it. So, I mean, we might as well. Oh, he actually doesn't want that. Oh, he wants the Berserker Potion. Yep. Okay, so that's something we can go ahead and whip together as well. So there's that. And let's go ahead and give him that. 184 gold. That's a pretty good price. And that's the end of the customers. Okay, so let me go ahead and look at my ingredients and see if we can go ahead and wiggle our way over to this potion that is currently unknown to us. Okay, so we can go ahead and get right below it with 2 of the witch mushrooms, 2 of the thistle plants, thunder thistles, and then 2 more of the water blooms. So we're right underneath it. I'm going to hold off on putting any more ingredients in it just in case we die right here because we are kind of close to the skulls. I don't think it's going to kill us, but in case it does, I don't want to waste the ingredients on dying to that. So we're just going to go ahead and mix our way on over to the bottom of that potion. And then from here, if we go ahead and either use one of the wind blooms, that's going to take us right into it, but it's going to turn it into, I think, a tier 1, maybe a tier 2 if we're lucky. Or we can go ahead and use a thunder thistle again. That's going to take us a little bit past the bottle. And if we go ahead and water the thing, it's going to kind of pull us at an angle. So if we can go ahead and get a little to the top right of the potion, which I think is going to be the thunder thistle, we can maybe pull ourselves back down into hopefully a tier 3. So it kind of looks like if we leave the thistle as a whole and just put it in there and then water our way back, we might go right into it. So I'm going to give that a try, and let's go ahead and mix our way up. And if we wait right there before we waste the rest of that little stir, we can go ahead and water ourselves back a little bit and then stir again. And now when we water ourselves, we might slide into place here. We got to go a little slow. I don't want to go past it on accident. Turn into a tier 3. Come on now. It's not going to turn into a tier 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a wind bloom into it. That should... If we don't get pulled too far to the right, we should be able to go ahead and turn this into a tier 3 with mixing it and watering it a little bit here. So we're going to stop right about there. And if we go ahead and water it a little bit, we're going to pull back down, and then we're going to mix it again in a second. There we go. A little bit more mixing, and it should turn into a tier 3. There we go. So let's go ahead and see what this turns into. And it's going to be the Potion of Hallucinations. We've had a few customers come in that wanted this potion, and we weren't able to go ahead and give it to them because we didn't have it learned yet. But there we go. Now we have that potion available in our booklets, and I think that was the last potion that we didn't know how to make for this recipe. I'm pretty sure we have all this other stuff learned, and now we have that as well. So let's actually go ahead and try and craft one of these rocks really quick. So I'm going to try and make a tier 3 health potion and see if that's one that we can just go ahead and throw into it. So we need the health potion in the top one, and I guess all we do is just drop it onto the icon, and yep, okay, cool. So I guess this is also how we're going to find out whether or not we need to go ahead and actually have 2 of them in there or 3 of them. So if I drop this in there, is this going to fail the entire thing? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's already the wrong mixture in there. So we need a double potion, singles, triple, double, and a bunch of singles again. So if I can go ahead and clear this thing, oh, we can just take it right back out so we don't lose anything. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, sweet. So let's go ahead and craft these potions really quick. We are going to need a tier 3 acid, which we can go ahead and just plop out right here. There's the acid one, and that is going into the little one on the bottom. Okay, so this guy here, or no, that's also wrong. What? Maybe because we don't have the poison in there? Let me try that. Maybe we don't need the specific ones. Oh, we can't make the poison one. Oops, let me go ahead and make that over here again. So if we drop the tier 2 into that, is that going to say it's the good one? It is not. Okay, maybe we have to make the big potions then, where we have a single potion with all of the things on there, because now we just put the poison one in there and it kicked out the acid one. And it's going to do that again. Okay, so let's take that back out. We need to go ahead and make the potions as a whole. It has to be one bottle and not multiple bottles here. Okay, so that actually kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. Instead of just having these potions ready to go and throwing in there, we're going to go ahead and actually want to save these recipes then, so that way we don't have to go ahead and wiggle our way over to the potions every time we want to make these stones from here on out. So at least that's something that we know now, instead of having to waste time and trying to craft this thing and then realizing it when it's too late. And we also have a bunch of the pages now, so we can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try really quick. I think that's probably going to be the easier one to go ahead and make. The poison acid one is going to be a little tricky because we need to get it into a tier 3 for that mixture, which is going to be a little awkward to do, I think. But we should be able to go ahead and do this one relatively easily here. Let me go ahead and go toward the left here. Actually, we need the fire, we need the sunlight, we need the lightning bolt thing, and we also need frost. Where's frost at? Frost is over here. So what if we go to the right to start things off, hit the frost potion, go up and hit the electrical, then back down and hit the sunlight one, and then go down and around and hit the fire one. I think that should work. I don't know if it has to be in that specific order though, like it is right here. I don't think it's going to be that picky. I really hope it's not going to be that picky, because going to the left and then back to the right and then up and then back down to the left is going to be annoying to do. But I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to go left and then up and around and back down to here. And hopefully we have enough ingredients to go ahead and do that. We need to also remember to save this as a recipe just in case it actually works. So with this potion, we only need each effect to be a tier 1 because we are limited to how many effects we can have on the potion. And if we have a tier 2 on the potion, I don't know if that's going to cause any issues, because we have to go ahead and see if this is going to work at all. We only had one of the potion things made, so we don't have to get into the little image here. We just have to get close enough for it to turn into a tier 1 at least, and then we have to go ahead and bellow it to go ahead and turn it into the potion so we have the effect on it. So I think from here, if we go ahead and throw a witch mushroom on it, we are going to go ahead and get close enough to the frost effect to be able to go ahead and turn this potion into the first effect on it. So let's go ahead and go past this a little bit. It isn't turning into the potion though. There was an update to the game, so maybe we have to get really close to the thing now. Can we heat it up and turn it into a tier 1? We cannot. Okay, so maybe we do need to go ahead and actually get into the bottles of it now. There we go. Okay, so now we have that effect on it. Let's go ahead and heat it up so it saves the effect, and then we can go ahead and stir past it a little bit so we have clearance to go up with this. All right, we managed to go ahead and get to the lightning effect, so let's go ahead and add that to our potion, and now we need to go down and kind of to the left to go ahead and hit the light potion as well. We might be able to go ahead and water the potion just a little bit here to go ahead and use the hairy bananas, because right now if we use it we're going to hit the bones, but if we go ahead and water it just a smidge to get a little bit away from those, we can now go ahead and use one of the hairy bananas. We might be able to use 2 of them to go ahead and get that into a tier 1. I'm going to try and stop as we get near it so we can go ahead and add the effect and not risk turning this into a tier 2 on accident. So that'll go ahead and add the third effect to this potion. Now we need to go ahead and swoop around and add the fire. So let me go ahead and see what we need to add to this to go downward. I think we might want to add another hairy banana. Just go ahead and water it and pull us away from the skulls again, and we might be able to go ahead and just bounce around the bones and go right into the fire, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try that. I'm not going to add it to the potion just in case this doesn't work out, but I'm going to go ahead and keep that little diagram in mind here as we water this and see if maybe right around there we can add the banana back and go to the thing, which we need to go a little bit further back. So let's go about there-ish. And we can go a little bit further again, and that'll actually kind of get us right about to it. So I'm going to throw 1 banana in there. Actually, should we grind it a little bit? Let's go ahead and grind it just a little bit to go ahead and get the line right about there. And then if we go ahead and mix on over to the fire, we should be kind of close enough to go ahead and throw one of the fire bells, I believe. Yep. It'll get us right on top of the potion, and that should turn it into a tier 1. And it did indeed. Sweet. So now we're going to go ahead and save that as a recipe, just so we don't have to craft this over and over again if we start making a bunch of these little rocks. And that should be one more of these flask things filled up with what it needs. So let's go ahead and put it into that one and see if that's the right thing. And it is indeed. Okay, so it doesn't have to be in the exact order of that. It just has to have those ingredients in the potion. That's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and quickly see if we can go ahead and craft the last 3 of these things that we need. This one's probably going to be easy because it's only level 1 stuff again. But these 2 right here might be a little tricky because we need to get tier 2s and a tier 3. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a go really quick. Hopefully we're able to go ahead and make this thing right now. If we need more ingredients, then we're going to have to just wrap the day and go into the next one. But let me go ahead and see if we have what we need to go ahead and at least do this really quick. We managed to go ahead and make those and also level up again. We have 1 point. Let's go ahead and just dump it into that. Why not? So let's go ahead and see where we need to go ahead and put these things. So we need the single potion one to go there. So this is the double mana, double hallucination. That goes on the big one to the right. The acid poison one needs to go on the one to the left. And I think this is the tier 1 stuff. It is indeed. Okay, so we can go ahead and dump that right there. We can go ahead and take this one right there. And the last one goes there. Now what do we do? Do we just go ahead and crank the handle? I guess so. Let's see if this actually makes the stone that we need to go ahead and use to complete this chapter. It's using up all of the potions, and is it going to spit out the thing? It is indeed. Sweet. So this is also just like the potion crafting where we can go ahead and save the recipe, but since the game is early access right now, that's not implemented just yet. So we can go ahead and finish that. We get the stone in our inventory, and by completing that one, we also unlock the ability to make the other stone. That is a lot of stuff we need for that one. Oh, we also need the stone in this thing to go ahead and make that one. Okay, so we couldn't make this even if we wanted to right now because we need the next piece of the machine from the wizard, which I don't think he's here because we haven't wrapped the day just yet. But let's go ahead and sleep and see if we get lucky and he rolls into the shop first thing here. We didn't get lucky with the wizard spawn, but we can go ahead and complete the day nonetheless, because if we take a look at the challenges for the next chapter here, we need to go ahead and buy the void salt recipe, which the wizard sells as well. We also need to go ahead and craft another potion that has 5 effects, which we can go ahead and just load up one of the ones that we had 4 effects on and just throw another random effect on it for no reason. So we should be good. Let me go ahead and just make all the potions that these people need, because again, we have all of the recipes saved and it's going to take us 2 seconds to just blow through the day anyways. Okay, well, we didn't get lucky again with the wizard spawn. So what I'm going to go ahead and do really quick is just go ahead and whip together a tier 5 or a 5 effect potion really quick. So which one of these had 4 of them? I believe it was this one here. It is indeed. So we can go ahead and continue crafting from this recipe, and then we can go ahead and either drop down to the right and get a poison effect put on it, or try and loop around to the right and grab the explosion one. So let me see which one of those makes more sense for us to try and do. So grabbing the poison is a lot easier than trying to grab the explosive one. So it just took 2 of the mushrooms here to go ahead and get to it. So this should go ahead and turn into at least a tier 1 is all we really need. So let's go ahead and add that to the potion, and that's going to be our tier 5 potion. I don't think we're going to need to save that. Let me just double check the recipes on that new rock here to see if maybe that is something we need, which it is not. Okay, so let's not bother wasting a piece of paper on that. And that went ahead and gave us another 250 XP and completed another challenge for this chapter. But now the only thing we can go ahead and do is just wait until the wizard shows up again. We need to go ahead and get a whole bunch of cash going again, because we need to buy that recipe, which I think was either 1,500 or 15,000. I don't remember how much that was. And then we're also going to need another, I think, 2,500 to buy the next thing for the alchemy station. So I'm going to have to grind out some days to go ahead and find the wizard and find enough cash to go ahead and do that. But then we also need to go ahead and reach level 10 on popularity, which we're almost going to be there. We might also hit that in between episodes as I'm cycling through the days here, because it's just going to happen as we're selling potions. But then next episode, we should be able to go ahead and do these 2 items and then find the necromancy potion as well, which I just want to double check and make sure that we don't see it on the outskirts here, which again, we do not. Okay, so it's probably going to be up here somewhere where all the other potions were. So we'll end up finding that next episode as well. But for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. So hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.